Today you will witness the reason why I went to San Francisco in the first place. To show the ESO developers how to make the coolest looking red guard they'd ever seen. As you can see, I started by talking to a glowy purple ghost lady. Instantly having a mini tantrum about the camera sensitivity, I go to change it, but end up getting distracted by this announcements tab. The purple ghost lady told me to take the adventurer's sword, so I just stole everything instead. Okay, maybe Allcaster Gilliam needs this, but I don't. First things first, I was gonna get a legendary new mount! I then proceeded to get lost, but it's okay, I got a helmet out of the deal. I then saw literally the coolest retro door open into the mind of a Rick and Morty fan. Okay, all jokes aside, this place is pretty awesome. Knowing I'd probably have to battle some nerds, I equipped the best gear you can possibly acquire in the game. I then beat the hardest boss in Somerset and looked great doing it. This tutorial was great. It teaches DPS that there is indeed a block button. After some of the most hardcore fights I've ever experienced, I headed further into the reef. Then the purple ghost lady told me to jump off a cliff, and I died. Just kidding! April Fools! As I made my way out, I saw a creepy other ghost guy. And then I made it to a giant door made purely out of chocolate. Notice the orb in the center of the room? I did what came first to my mind. Beat the tar out of it! But alas, it had the force. It then spawned this beast, but was it friend or foe? It didn't matter, it was gonna die! After slaughtering the beast, I took its milk money and its necklace, which put a curse on me. I was doomed for sure! Then I pet the orb and it cranked up the contrast on my monitor. It put me in a dark room. I then spoke to the flesh version of the purple ghost lady who, for some reason, thought I was deaf and used sign language to communicate. She then gave me some stuff and then leveled me up! The fool! I was now the highest leveled being in Somerset! And now, the grand reveal of Somerset Isle. Behold! Pointy roof buildings! I then decided to talk to Calabar, who, in return, panicked heavily in sign language. Lucky for me, I know Morse code. I'm assuming that this will eventually be a statue of me. Here I got to gaze upon the sunset in Somerset. And then I fell off this rock like an idiot. Here I met with Mohawk Cat, as to which he, like the others, explained to me many things in sign language. I now knew it was not I who was deaf, but the whole island. As I gazed upon the gorgeous map, there was only one place I could go to feel confident in my skills. Go into the new Trial Solo! For those of you that don't play Elder Scrolls, FPO stands for Pros Only. As I arrived in Cloudrest, the architecture was amazing. I opened my map to find out that if you look closely enough, a picture of Nicolas Cage will appear. There it is! Okay, but seriously, this trial's gonna be so dang cool. Here I'm dancing so that maybe the devs standing behind me would think I'm funny or something. This, everyone, is an amazing creature called a Griff Ball. After I completed the trial solo, it was time to venture into Somerset. The first thing I noticed, a legendary majestic white unicorn elk moose. Just as I speculated, it shot me with its laser beams and cyber dashed away from me. What a beautiful creature. Then I beat the ever-living crap out of it. But of course, I wasn't worthy to witness its death, so it dabbed on me like the hater I was. I then set out to see what other amazing things I could find. I stumbled across this beautiful home, so I did what all normal civilians do. I robbed the place of everything it had. Okay, this map is actually a lot larger than it looks. Oh, you again. I thought I already taught you this lesson, old man! These way shrines look almost as cool as I did in grade 3. Can we just take a moment to appreciate this gorgeous view of how great I customized this character? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Sammy the Sliding Gryffindor guy! I tried to go here, but I couldn't, so I ran away from my problem. At this point, I noticed a new looking dolmen, so I, with all my might, challenged it. I started by absolutely burning down this weak enemy. Everything went according to plan, and I have to admit it, I must have been a majestic sight. Of course, I didn't want to show off too much here, so I'll just skip my glorious definite victory scene. Oh, no big deal, it's just me leveling up again. Oh, I know how this fight would go. Therefore, I prepared for the fight of my life, and then ran away like a real man. After exploring for quite some time, I came across the excellent Mudhopper. Rumors say that the way they move is calm and relaxed. At last I had found it. Hogwarts. After sign languaging with the local wizards, I proceeded to their town, in which my first sight was Master Alexis training his chicken army. Soon afterwards, I headed to Fallout Town. Here you will find Avatar Salamanders, master of all elements. To be honest, this city is probably one of my favorite places. Probably because it has these amazing flying viper things. Here, you find me preparing my latest dish, coral crab tossed salad. I could watch these things all day long. And yes, for those asking, I did get a blessing from an old guy. And so I continued making my journey across the vast open fields of Somerset, finding all the little nooks and crannies and things I wasn't supposed to find. Until Gina tried to tell me that there was a secret way into this castle, so I searched for hours upon days to find it, and it turns out you just gotta talk to this guy right here and he'll show you the way. And he showed me the way straight to an underwater hurricane, where he forced me to murder countless of innocent campers. But it was totally worth it because the architecture was pretty cool. So after the bonfire was lit, I made my escape. This is where Rich told me I needed to go to his office. I expected to get suspended from the game for being just so darn good, but instead, he asked if I had any questions. Boy, did I ever. What is your favorite pizza? What's up with the shorts? Who do you main in Fortnite? Do I rank at least top 50 in your favorite YouTuber list? Okay guys, check this out. The newest ability in the game, power levels times infinity. It's called Walk in the Water. I have to say, I'm really excited to see how people use this ability in PvP circumstances, and I believe it really adds an important aspect to the game because finally, after what seemed like a minute of swimming, I arrived at the island again, trying to get some cool kid cinematic shots of this place. I then signed up to break into a castle, as to which my partner did this incredibly rude and inappropriate gesture during my distraction. I was quite disappointed. The castle was big, but I knew I was bigger. And to prove it, I pretended to jump off of the castle wall, as to which I didn't actually think it was going to work. And then I came across the biggest and most beautiful castle town I've ever seen in my life in Elder Scrolls Online. Only when you're actually walking the streets of this place can you truly grasp how massive it actually is. I climbed stairs, and then I didn't climb stairs. I parkoured as good as the office crew. I did a 360 panorama view just to look more majestic. I crossed a bridge! And then I came across this. The most hold on. Wait a minute. Literally the most gorgeous palace in ESO, with an amazing view of the city down below. With markets surrounding the city way shrine, huge amounts of space to roam and explore, this'll definitely be a hub for the classiest of nerds. I can already see the countless number of players jumping off of this. And here is the Queen's Palace. She was out at Taco Bell during the recording, so I kinda just let myself in. But as things started to wind down, I knew I needed to do one final thing. There was nothing going to hold me back from my goal in this palace. I prepared myself for this big opportune moment, the exact thing that would change my life, make me famous, and I took the leap. And he sticks the landing, ladies and gentlemen. But then the devs told me I needed to head out, and I was like, no! And I was like, it's just a prank, guys, please don't call security.